Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a mock draft and I mock it, giving you my opinions and perspective on it. I love this series because it allows us to look at someone else's mock drafts, guys that they're high on and guys that maybe we should keep our eye on going into the college football season. I'm a big fan of this series. I love looking and reacting to other people's mock drafts. I haven't looked at today's yet. I haven't checked it out, so you're going to be getting my real-time reactions. We're looking at Sports Illustrated's own Corey McCain, Ezrin, and last Sports Illustrated mock draft I did, it was fun. There was a lot of interesting names. I was like, oh, man, I got to check these guys out, so I can't wait. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, sensual, intimate football discourse like we always do. And then on top of that, if you're looking... Like I'm pumping out my positional rankings as we speak. You should be getting some more this week. If you want to check out some of my work, I'm currently writing prospect scouting reports for Blue Chip Scouting. So I'll actually leave a link to it in the description below. We got close to 300 prospects thus far with full scouting reports. So yeah, check it out if you want to look up any guys there. Maybe some guys you want to be watching out for. But let's go ahead and get into this, dude. I can't wait. So here we are. Assuming he's using Vegas betting odds. So don't get mad about the order. Don't hate the player, hate Vegas. Though I don't see anything. What? I was going to say, I don't see anything that tells me that they're going to be using Vegas. But can I get this off my screen? Here we go. Yeah, I don't see anything that tells me they're using Vegas betting odds. But dude, Malik Willis to the Houston Texans. That's wild. Let's see this description. There's no clear cut top quarterback. I mean, I think Spencer Rattler and Sam Howell are pretty clear cut at this point. But I get why people like Malik Willis. I mean, he's my quarterback 3. He has elite tools, is why Trey Lance was such a highly sought out prospect. So it doesn't surprise me much. Yeah, he's a first rounder. And honestly, he could end up in the top 5 next season. But over Spencer Rattler and Sam Howell, that's interesting. Let's keep this going. Spencer Rattler going to Detroit. Okay, so he's not too far. He's not high on Spencer Rattler. So that's I like that. This makes sense. That's interesting. Spencer Rattler for the Lions. Wow, what a steal. What a steal. And then we see the Cincinnati Bengals going with Evan Neal. Evan Neal, I think, probably ends up being a top 5 prospect when it's all said and done. Dude, stupid athletic. I mean, we saw what it did for Mekhi Becton's draft stock, especially after a combine for Evan Neal. Dude, he's going to be flying up draft boards. The Bengals, they're going to be without Riley Reif after a season, so they get their right tackle of the future, which is great. That's Evan Neal's natural position as he's moving to left, I believe, this year. So, my dog banging at my door, man. Freaking me out. All right, let's keep this train rolling. We got the Jets getting Kayvon Thibodeaux. It makes sense. I don't know what more to say about that. It's a Robert Saleh type of guy. Yeah, Thibodeaux, he's great. My edge rankings, hopefully those will be out pretty soon because it's a really fun edge group. It's a really good edge group. So looking at 5. Going to 5. Got Kyle Hamilton going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one's always interesting. I'm always curious where Kyle Hamilton will land in these mock drafts. I know that they just invested some money in Rayshawn Jenkins, I think. The former Chargers safety, but he's a box guy. I thought he got a little overpaid. That's my opinion on it. Hamilton's so diverse, dude. So versatile. A guy you can put in the slot, you can put in the box. you could have him cover deep. He's just fantastic. He's phenomenal. So while taking safeties in the top 5 does not line up with the position's traditional value. The Jaguars are desperate need of help in the secondary. Well, I mean, I feel like they kind of addressed that this past off season. Interesting. But let's keep it going. Derek Stingley going to the Eagles. This is interesting because he must not be that high on Sam Howell. Then I would take Howell if I'm the Eagles. I'm picking 6 overall. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, things didn't work out, but I get Stingley, man. He's like a top 5 prospect, especially for the corner position, one of their weakest positions on the roster. It makes total sense. I'd still go quarterback though. Yo, Atlanta Falcons go Carson Strong. What? Yo, I know a lot of people, for them, their breakout quarterback is Carson Strong. It's easy to fall in love with the guy's arm talent, or at least his arm strength. The dude literally has a rocket launcher for an arm. The thing for me is, like, he did look very Jacob Eason-esque in the pocket, where basically he was feeling pressure when there was no pressure to be found. So that was a little worrisome, especially considering his level of competition. But yeah, Falcons replacing Matt Ryan with a new quarterback, that kind of makes sense. Carson Strong over Sam Howell. Ballsy take. We got the Raiders taking a linebacker. Listen, you're picking top 10. You're going to need to make bigger moves in the draft than just drafting a linebacker. Happens to be the case. Christian Harris is really good, man. In terms of, my linebacker rankings should be coming out this week. So I don't know how much I want to say about Christian Harris because he's going to be on him. I don't know if he's top 10, though. At least right now. He definitely could get there with more consistent play, mainly in coverage. But, man, if I'm the Raiders, man, I might go corner. Sam Howell's on the board. I might go quarterback. I mean, I don't know if you could really say there's an offensive lineman here you'd be willing to take. Because, I mean, they're kind of set at their tackle positions right now. So you'd be going interior, which is, again, a less valuable position. So maybe quarterback, cornerback. Edge, it's a great edge draft. All right, so the New York Giants with their next pick, they go Drake Jackson. Ooh, I like Drake Jackson. Me and Alex from the Hail Mary podcast, we keep talking about this, right? That I don't know if this is a bias I have with Drake Jackson. He was like, for the most part, my number 2 edge for a long time, or for most of this summer, just because, like, his high-end play is so good. It's so good. It's kind of like last season, it was like few and far between. Just need to see the consistency. And yet I'll go and I'll grade players a bit more harshly. It's like, they need to be more consistent. But when it comes to Drake Jackson, I just fall in love with that high upside. Well, he's a guy that has played a variety of different positions there at USC. So he would bring some versatility there. So I kind of like that. Top 10, though, as of now, like, the dude has the ability. No joke. But might be a little rich for me. At number 10, the Carolina Panthers go Sean Ryan. Once my offensive, like, I'm not this high on Sean Ryan. I like Sean Ryan. I'm not this high on Sean Ryan. Dude feels like a mammoth of a human being. I think he moves well. Some people don't. I think he moves well. The dude put up a banger game against, they got him matched up against Merlin Robertson. Nah, dude. This guy only allowed 1 pressure on 25 snaps when facing off with Kayvon Thibodeaux. That caught my eye. That made me say, yo, this guy might be legit. I wonder if he has held his own again. Look at that, dude. Yeah, Drake Jackson. But Drake Jackson's so hit or miss. And there were times, honestly, Drake Jackson did get the best of Ryan, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, Drake Jackson's, like, he was everywhere in that game. like not in a good way. But I like the pick. I like the pick a lot. I like seeing mock drafts that kind of push the envelope. Like, hey, this is a guy I'm pretty high on. Might not necessarily be this high on him, but a name you should definitely know about. So yeah, get to know Sean Ryan, dude. He think at the very least he's a day 2 guy. The New York Giants go Donovan West, another guy. Actually, if you want to check out, I got a scouting report because I do the Pac-12 for Blue Chip Sports, or Blue Chip Scouting. I got my scouting report on Donovan West. I got a 2nd round grade on him. He's moving back to the center position, but he's played everywhere, kind of on the interior there. Just a very good player. Just very, very good. Arizona State, they got some quality players this season that will be making appearances on a lot of people's draft boards. A bit too high for me for an interior player, and I'm way higher on Tyler Linderbaum. Surprises me. I'll be curious to see if he pops up in this mock draft. Some people really hate his size. He is 289. I don't know what he'll be playing at this year though. All right, Arizona Cardinals go DeMarvin Leal. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll save that for when I put out my big board. I love Leal. He is one of my favorite prospects in this class. I think you could keep this man on the edge. He does, and it's kind of ironic that Arizona Cardinals are picking him because he does feel a bit positionless. I feel like you could play him on the inside or the outside, kind of like J.J. Watt. I don't think he's necessarily the physical profile, like the physical marvel of J.J. Watt, but for a guy that's listed at 290, moves extremely well. Extremely well. Should easily be a top 10, and I think it's potentially a top 5 pick in this class. The Washington football team goes Sam Howell, and then we'll get to Minnesota in a sec. As of right now, I can't see Sam Howell fall this far. This feels like a big fall for him because he's my quarterback too. I just don't see it right now. I think he's top 10 talent, and quarterbacks, they get overvalued all the time. So he does have some, I think, fair criticisms here. Well, he says he needs to get rid of the ball quicker, which I think he's set up to do that a lot. I don't think that's a problem with Sam Howell. He plays in a very RPO-heavy system, which is designed to get the ball away pretty quick. And to be fair, they like throwing the ball downfield a lot. Smarter decisions, I guess you could say he forces some throws downfield, but I mean, I'm glad he didn't put a guy like JT Daniels ahead of Sam Howell, because if your criticism for Howell is he needs to make smarter decisions, maybe forces too many balls downfield, that's kind of what JT Daniels' MO was. And I think Howell, he makes those throws because he can. Compared to JT Daniels, I just don't think he sees the coverage. And then Andrew Booth going to Clemson makes all the sense, or going to Minnesota makes all the sense in the world after they lost Jeffrey Gladney, or decided to release and part ways with him. It would be nice to look to the future because Patrick Peterson, he's on a 1-year deal. Dude, Booth and Cameron Dancer, that's a scary lineup. Even if Dancer's a guy they want to slip into the slot and maybe retain Peterson, Booth might be one of the better outside of Stingley. I think because then the next group you're dealing with is Kyer Elam, Andrew or Ahmad Gardner and Trent McDuffie, and then Andrew Booth. And I think Booth's the best athlete among those 4. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers are going Darian Kenyon out of Kentucky, dude. I'm going to say this now, man. I think there's a fat chance that Kenyon plays tackle in the NFL. 345. Doesn't have many, if any, true pass sets to his name. Again, I think it's a fat chance he plays plays tackle in the NFL. I think he moves to guard. He actually moves pretty well for a man his size. They're big. He does a good job getting to the second level. And the Steelers, yeah, they lack depth. Oh, they even actually lack depth at guard and tackle. Well, yeah, I guess if Trey Turner doesn't turn out too well, then they could slide Kenyon there at guard. Okay, that's fair. I don't think he's first rounder though. Denver Broncos, Kayvon Slovis. Honestly, yes. Like, Drew Lock's I just don't think he's going to develop into a quality starting quarterback in the league. Teddy Bridgewater, it's in his name, Bridge. He's a bridge quarterback. Slovis, probably the most accurate quarterback currently in college football. Last year was a bit of a down year just because it just wasn't a step up, compared to the season before. And he was kind of like fourth quarter Kirk Cousins. Like the first 3 quarters weren't necessarily pretty. So if he can improve on that, he doesn't have an ideal arm strength. I would say he's got better arm strength than Mac Jones. And we saw Mac Jones go at 15. So Slovis here at 16, I think that's fine. I think that makes all the sense in the world. The Los Angeles Superchargers go Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green, I'm telling y'all, he's going to end up playing tackle there at Texas A&M. I think he's athletic enough to stay out there at tackle. I noticed he says he may boast some positional versatility. We will find that out this year, so we'll see. NFL ready traits. I completely agree. They ideally are starting him at guard immediately. So I guess over like in a Bushi? I think that's how you say his name. Because they got my filer there too. Byron Balaga, Brian Balaga, he could be gone after next season, or even if they want to hold on to him longer than that, maybe have Green be your heir apparent right tackle. So very interesting, a lot they could do with that. The New England Patriots go Drake London. This I believe is the first wide receiver off the board. I love this pick for the Patriots actually. I think they need a guy that can be a good after the catch target. They got a ton of vertical guys there, but Drake London, man, dude is phenomenal. He's one of my favorite receivers in this class. He's got a lot after the catch ability, great size. I think for the most part, he was operating out of the slot there at USC, so I think we're going to get to see a bit more of him there on the outside, and I literally cannot wait. I can't. I can hardly wait. All right, going to the New Orleans Saints. They're going Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. Or Arkansas, something like that, right? There we go. I get it. They kind of like Traquan Smith. They were kind of hoping to be this big vertical slot guy, or maybe a big vertical guy on the outside. Hasn't really worked. They've been looking for someone to really complement Mike Thomas. I think Chris Olave would be a better option here in terms of pick, and I think Burks is going to end up. I think Burks I have higher than Olave. I can't remember off the top of my head. You'll just have to find out when my receiver rankings come out in the next week and a half. But I think I prefer Chris Olave to Burks, but yeah, is what it is. Let's keep the train rolling. We're going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Smith, holy freaking moly! All right, I'll talk a little bit about Brandon Smith because you're not going to see him unless you're a Bro Scout tier member on my linebacker rankings, mainly because he's not going to make my top 10. So if you're not a Bro Scout tier member, you're only going to get my top 10 in those positional rankings. Bro Scout tier members, they get the full rankings. I do have Smith on there. He mainly plays like an overhang role, like maybe you would say like a box safety slot type of role there. He comes downfield, head of steam, and he's doing this at like 245. He looks like a wonderful athlete, but I don't think I've really seen enough from him just yet. We'll find out more, but the Eagles, they need to address their linebacking position at some point. Dallas Cowboys go Jaleel Billingsley out of Bama. The thing is, he has like 300 some snaps to his name. He has the build that looks like he could fill it out and actually be a quality blocker. But what it is his pass catching upside. Like, you can see the upside. Like, I can't wait to watch him this season. I get the upside. I don't give for Dallas. Like, I heard, like, Blake Jarwin's been taking the first team snaps, but I heard Dalton Schultz, they kind of want him to eventually take the tight end one position. And they kind of like the idea of, like, Jarwin at tight end too, and that kind of worked when they brought Witten back. So, I don't know. I think you probably should go defense here. All right, Avery Young out of Rutgers going to the Jets. They go corner. This would have been the corner I went. Because currently Sauce Gardner, Trent McDuffie, and actually, who's that other cat? Cannot think of his name right now. Trent McDuffie and Kaiir Elam, thank you, are still on the board. Young is good. He's very versatile. I don't think he could play really in any scheme. It's just he has this, he can be maybe a solid 2. Like, I don't think there's a big upside with him. I like Young, though. I like him. Here's Travis Jones again, man. I really want to see him this year. I do agree. He might be one of the top true nose tackles in this class. And after they didn't bring back Daquan Jones, I think replacing that, because like that was like almost 300 snaps there at the nose tackle position that they're missing from last season. Like, at the very least, you're getting a very good run defender who has shown some good pass rushing upside. He's a guy I'm going to keep my eye on this year, though. I really want to see how he does this season. Philadelphia Eagles, this is another interesting pick. Nicholas, Petite Frere? Plays on Ohio State offensive line at he was playing, I suppose, right tackle? Yeah, because they have Thayer Mumford at left. Wow, they have him going over Mumford. He is eligible this year. He's been solid. I don't know if he's special. Want to kind of see more of him. I think I got him as an early day 3 guy currently. It'll be interesting, but wow, they said he can take over for Jason Peters. Yo, what about what? They got Andre Dillard, they got was it Jordan Mailata? I think that's the other cat's name, who's probably gonna end up being the left tackle starter. I mean, shoot. I mean, I could see them maybe moving on Lane Johnson, but that just kind of says, hey, we're in a total rebuild at this point. So George Karlaftis going to the Browns. Karlaftis, very powerful rusher. He has some interior potential because he's sitting at, I think, 270. He needs to rekindle what he did that freshman season. That's what he really needs to do. He was kind of beat up last year. I don't know if he's necessarily a first rounder right now. I know that they got 1-year deals, and he kind of mentions that with Clowney and McKinley. But I mean, you're just adding another power rusher. I think you want to get a little finesse maybe on the other side, but maybe not. Green Bay Packers, they go Chris Olave. Garrett Wilson, the other Ohio State wide receiver. This looks like a Devontae Adams like replacement at this point. And I think, Packers are in win now mode. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams likely leaving the organization after 2021. Okay, so this is a replacement for Adams. I like this pick then. I think that's great. You are instantly replacing him at that point. So very good pick. He's got some good after the catch potential. Very polished route runner. The Miami Dolphins go Anais Smith out of Texas A&M. I don't like the idea of us getting a running back. The Dolphins. I'm just not a fan. Running back, it's a devalued position at this point. Every team that has been to the Super Bowl, they've done it with essentially a running back by committee approach, and they've found very cheap options with whether it's in free agency or whether it's later on in the draft. I'm not a fan. In terms of Smith, dude's got the running upside or the receiving upside to do so, to be like a true weapon. I think he is a better Tutu Atwell, really. If I'm going to just throw it out there, I think he's kind of this slot guy that you can line up in the backfield at points. So I don't like the pick, but I do like Smith. Then the Baltimore Ravens. Wow, this one's interesting. They're going with Kalijah Cansey out of Pittsburgh. This guy, all right, he says it right here. The man is 6 foot 270. Ain't no way he ends up on the, like, you can say on the interior. He's got to put on some weight. He might be a five tech at best. I don't know if he could really hold up. Maybe a 3 tech. The dude's a redshirt sophomore. He's probably not coming out unless he has this majestic season. But he is a guy to watch out for. He's had some solid play. Oh my gosh. The Buffalo Bills get Elias Brooks. All right, here it is. A guy that I've yet to look at. I couldn't tell you anything about Elias Brooks. I like the name. I like that. I like Walk with Elias. That's what WWE stands for. Walk with Elias. The Bills take an NFL-ready defender to help. Tremaine Edmonds at the second level? Dude, they just paid Matt Milano. You serious, dude? And Matt Milano was the better linebacker. All right, we moving on. At 30, the Detroit Lions get Brian Asamoah. This dude ain't a first rounder, at least right now. I get it. Sideline to sideline athlete. He's done nothing in coverage. He's not been the best at wrapping up. Detroit takes another linebacker. I mean, they got Derek. Oh my gosh, what's his name out of Purdue? Derek out of Purdue. Derek Barnes. There we go. I wanted to say Brooks so bad, but I knew that wasn't right. And I don't think he's going to end up like Derek Brooks. But they got Derek Barnes. It sounds like they might be pretty high on him based on what I've heard from training camp. Asamoah's got a long way to go. I'll just say that. And then there goes Chris Olave to the Bucks. No idea why. Could be an instant impact player. They're so deep. Mike Evans, Chris Olave, Jalen Darden, Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller, Antonio Brown. That's 6. Even if they don't keep like 2 of those guys, that's... Chris Olave got some burners, though. And then the final pick here. Freaking Sevyn Banks, dude. Straight up, I'm not a fan of Sevyn Banks. I'm just not. I'm not. I get it why people like him. He's got the length, the size, the speed. Even though it looks like he's jogging, he's got the speed. Like, he's got some good closing speed. It's just, it really hasn't... like, the process and speed's just not there yet. He was beat a lot last season. Just go to the Alabama game, get some popcorn, watch all 11 targets. Because they were all caught, and 3 of them were taken to the house. Like, Banks, there's a long way he has to go before I think you can consider him anywhere close to a first-round prospect. But, yeah, I mean, I guess the Chiefs wouldn't mind him. But it looks like that's it for the video. This is our boy Corey here. Let's give Corey a little shout out if you want to check him out. Hey, man, at least he's still got his hair, man. I can't say nothing about that. But, yeah, if you want to check out Corey, go check him out at Sports Illustrated, I suppose. His coverage also extends to current NFL athletes. Corey takes a comprehensive look at a different notable first-year player every week in his rookie spotlight articles. Interesting. And he's an NFL draft analysis dedicated to extensively evaluating college football players and projecting them to the professional level. Yo, where are all these people trying to get me hired? I'm out here writing for free. And you know what they say, man? Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Not saying I'm a cow, though I did put on some pounds during the Rona. That's it for the video. Go ahead and do that YouTube thing. It's always much appreciated, much obliged, and as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.